Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, lead, follow, or get out of the way. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. What a wonderful morning it is. I am traveling, and I decided that this time I'm not going to record. Sometimes I have to, other times I can just do live like I am right now. And I decided that I'm going to do live as opposed to giving you Memorex. And so here we are. Now, I want to say up front, if you are having trouble hearing me, please forgive me. Please, please, please. Erica Lynn, one of the life changers at New Life, she bought me a mic that I wouldn't have to do all of this with so you could actually hear me. So if you're struggling with hear me, let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good? Because she made it so that I didn't have to do all of this, and I forgot them. I mean, I counted to my head and not my heart. But let me greet some people, and we're going to jump right into it. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. We're going to talk about that this morning. You can hear me. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Let me greet some people and get to it on this morning. Good morning, Brother Joe. How are you on this morning? Brother Nesbitt, how are you? Diane, how are you? Ella, how are you? Ramona, how are you on this morning? Vicky, how you doing this morning? Brother Pope, how you doing this morning, my brother? Cheryl, how you doing? Marie, how are you? Are you hanging in there with Walk Through the Bible? Hope you are. Good morning, Celestine. How are you on this morning? I'm in my home state, North Kakalaki, here for a conference and everything. Bishops Council of United Holy Church of America, Incorporated, and that's what I'm here. And so I still got to do the manna, though. I got an obligation I got to meet here. Good morning, Brenda. How are you on this morning? Good morning, home girl. Dolores, how are you on this morning? Pamela, how are you? Gloria, how are you on this morning? Alicia, how are you doing on this morning? Vaughn, how are you on this morning? Glad you guys can hear me pretty good. Good morning, Carolyn. All right. So this is it. This is it. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. Lead, follow, or just simply get out of the way. When I'm in these kinds of contexts, what comes to my mind many times is leadership. And I want us to do the text to talk to the takeaway. And we're going to look at leadership through the lens of Deuteronomy 28:13. Deuteronomy, of course, the context is here is Moses. He's preaching his final sermon as he goes through the book of Deuteronomy, setting up them moving into the promised land. And he says to them that God is saying, you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. He's telling them this because they are about to go into the promised land that they're going to have to possess. In order for them to possess, they're going to have leadership and apply leadership principles in order to possess the land. Nobody's going to give it to them. So he's giving them this sense of this. There's a quote that I really love that I stole, and I'm giving him credit for right now. Apostle Dana Carson. He has this quote that I absolutely love. He said, nothing happens without leadership and nothing stays done. He says, nothing gets done without leadership and nothing stays done without management. So true. I'll say it again. Nothing gets done without leadership. Nothing stays done without management. And that's what Moses is saying here in this text. What are the three things I want you to grab with respect to leadership? Well, number one is practice your craft. Practice your craft. You are a leader. The moment Jesus says, come follow me and I will make you fishers of men, he is saying, look, after you follow me, I'm telling you to turn around and influence others. Leadership, that's the core definition, is using your influence. And therefore, he is saying you are a leader. I don't care where you are. You sit on the back of the pew in the back of the church, or you on the front pew in the front of the church. You are a leader the moment you give your life to Christ. Practice your craft. Well, if you're going to practice your craft, you got to know your craft. Therefore, you have to place yourself, second thing, in situations so that you can then understand or better understand, get a grip of your craft. When I was in the military, I went to Squadron Officer School. Professional military education is something that you have to do at various ranks in the military. And I remember when I went there for that 9.5 weeks class in residence, they asked, who wants to be a DG? Who wants to be a DG? a distinguished graduate. Well, I was just interested in just saying, let me just get through this. I should have raised my hand and took advantage of the opportunity so that I could really hone in on the particular things that made me a leader. You got to place yourself in leadership situations. You got to practice your craft. Here's the third thing I want you to grab a hold of. You got to put your best foot forward every time. You got to put your best foot forward every time. I wish I would have put my best foot forward then. I'm sure I would have been a DG. But, those is how the cookie crumble, as we say. Now I know better. And this is what I want to circle back and say to you. Deuteronomy 28:13 says this clearly. You are going into the promises of God, and you cannot get them if you are only following. You better lead, follow, or just get out of the way. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is simply what the text is telling us. As believers, lead wherever you find yourself. Hey, the Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you, give you peace. Share this manna. If it bless you, bless somebody else. And I'll see you tomorrow morning with more Morning Manna. Bye now.